For more, we want to bring in Ambassador John Bolton. Ambassador, thank you so much. I know you have served in very high offices, including during the Trump administration. You were the U.S. ambassador also to the UN under George W. Bush. So a lot of insight to take into consideration here. President Raisi, he was seen as Ayatollah Khamenei's hand-picked choice. He oversaw some violent crackdowns on anti-government protests we've seen in recent years. And as well, he oversaw the first direct attack on Israel by Iran. So what does his death mean for the country and for the broader region?
Well, I think in terms of the broader region, in today, tomorrow, the next day, it won't mean that much of a change from what Iran has been doing, waging a proxy war against Israel through Hamas and other terrorist groups. I think, if anything, as the regime in Tehran tries to distract the attention of the Iranian people, they may torque up the pressure from Hezbollah, from the Houthis, the Shia militia groups in Iraq and Syria against Israel. So, but by and large, the direction of that policy is not going to change in the immediate future. However, on domestic affairs, this is a huge development. The regime is about as unpopular as it's been since the Islamic Revolution of 1979, and Raisi had a key role in what was largely predicted to happen. Now, he's president of Iran, but the person who is really in charge is the supreme leader, the Ayatollah Khamenei. It has a certain ring to it, the title supreme leader. But Iran has only had two supreme leaders. There's no clear mechanism for a transfer of power. There's no constitution that requires one person be selected over another. There's no vice supreme leader. And Raisi, as you said, was thought to be the leading contender that would to be made president first to help achieve a smoother succession. With Raisi gone, there is no backup to replace him as president. And the Ayatollah Khamenei's son actually was also thought to be a contender to replace his father. So there's a real risk here in a fragile situation. That if the opposition in Iran begins to make itself felt again, that the regime could find itself in very unstable, uncharted territory.
And it's already unstable. And Iran's vice president, Mohammad Makbar, is now acting president. You know, from what I've seen from the state-run media, this person oversees the government, but you've said it time and time again, Ayatollah Khamenei, he is the one who is in charge. What do we know about this vice president, and will he really be just in that position almost symbolically?
Well, it's according to the Constitution, which really doesn't mean anything if the supreme leader decides to the contrary, but there'll be what they call a presidential commission with this acting president and other Iranian officials, basically charged in the next couple of months to set up an election for a full-time president. So at least in theory, they're in kind of a holding pattern, kind of a caretaker government to get a new election set up. But I'm not sure they're going to be ready to do it in 50 days. This is not a free and fair election situation. An institution called the Guardian Council, which is made up of very hardline Shia clerics, basically determines who can run and who can't run. So they're really going to have to start that process almost from scratch.
Right.
Thanks for watching, everybody. Go to joinnn.com to find NewsNation on your television provider. Also, don't forget to click that red subscribe button below to get more of NewsNation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.